Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? It's Throwback. I'm sure. What's good? What's going on? So, I wanted to say, it's been. I was wondering how I was gonna come back do my show. Um, after New York, my last New York visit came back. I was going through it. And not like crazy, no crazy shit, but I had a lot of shit to sort through. And maybe the way I sort through things worked for me, but maybe it make people feel uncomfortable. Maybe it come across the wrong way to people at times or whatever the case may be. But it's okay. I was reading something about people, millionaires, people that became millionaires after they 50 and stuff like that, and things that you gotta hot ways you gotta change your mindset and how you look at things and people and everything like that. So I'm trying to change for the purpose of that. I'm trying to change to get, because I'm not just like, see, most people to me come across to me in my head like they just good with existing, good with like just living their life. Like if they get any extra money once they get in their 40s or 50s, it's gonna be lottery. It's gonna be they get into a car accident, they get a lawsuit, they get a. So I never really played lotto. I'm not no lotto dude, and I ain't trying to get in no accident. I ain't trying to get in no accident. So I'm trying to get money. I done had checks in my hand, 50,000, whatever. I done had big checks. I done cash checks. So I'm trying to get money like that. And so to get money like that in your 50s and as you get older, you gotta take advantage of the things, the situations, your life experiences and things of that nature. And you gotta try to figure out a way to sell it to somebody or get somebody to package it to sell it for you so you can get some money. So I say all that to say that I gotta change up. I'm changing up. I'm sorry. I'm changing up. Hey, so look, right? So I was looking at I see Joe Biden got caught up. I told you they all the same. I told you they all the same. Look, so Joe Biden goes to Ukraine. I think it's Ukraine. He goes to Ukraine, one of them countries over there. And his son is getting investigated, probed by the DA, the AD or the DA or whatever, the prosecutor, special prosecutor, out there in this country. So Joe Biden went there and told the country, yo, you not going to get the $1 billion aid that we going to give your country if you don't fire that guy. And he said, what? You can't do that. It's already a deal. Obama said this and this and that. It's already a deal in place. He said, Obama knows about the deal. I just watched the video of him saying it on YouTube. So you can watch it on YouTube. So I'm not making it up. You can watch him telling the dude, I got 6 hours, my plane. I think we leave in 6 hours. If he not fired before then, you not getting your $1 billion. And the guy got fired. And his son's still running around right now, chilling. I told you they all the same. He can't beat Trump. He can't beat Trump. You put him in office, you might as well he the Democratic version of Trump. He grabbing people's asses. He out here wilding out in other countries, getting money and doing all this shady shit. So he the same thing. Right up. Now I see Elizabeth Warren is pulling up in the polls, so they're gonna try to push her. I guess we couldn't get Hillary in. They're gonna say now, so the Me Too movement and the Dems, they gonna focus their efforts around her, cause they gonna have to distance themselves from Joe Biden. Cause we ain't even get on the touchy feely stuff yet. We just looking at his policies and how he maneuver. He's shady, slim shady with the shit. So when I was in New York City, right, and I told you, I was like, the mosquitoes, them bugs is fucking biting. Like when I came home, I literally had, like, where the bugs in New York bit me, I could see where they bit me, and I had like a little circular rash on my arm. For real. I was here like 2, 3 days later, and I was still finding them where the spots, and they were still itching. And then so I watched it out, right? So mosquito-borne illnesses bites. 2 cases in Queens, 1 in Brooklyn, and 1 in Staten Island. This was since I've been home. I was like, yo, I thought I was bugging. Like, yo, these motherfuckers aggressive up here. When they bite, you actually feel it on your skin on some other shit. You know, normally you get a little bite and it's a little bump, mosquito bump. Here it was like they putting like the little the T virus on you, like in that motherfucking movie. What's that? You know, with the chick, I forget the name. I forget the name of that movie though. That was the name of the joint, turn everybody into the zombies, the T virus. In Nebraska, right? Still on mosquitoes, right? In Nebraska, they found the mosquitoes that spread the Zika, yellow fever, normally in tropical climates, because you know it's getting warmer all over, right? So they found that. The EE virus from mosquitoes in Michigan killed 3 people, including a healthy 64-year-old man that died after 9 days. He was 9 days. He was 9 days healthy, 64 to brain dead in 9 days. Here was one that I would thought was crazy. This ain't even on mosquitoes no more. This was you know, you see some shit, you like, whoa. So a 25-year-old Providence woman, her blood turned blue, which is you know, she showed up to the hospital with weakness, fatigue, shortness of breath, skin discoloration, and her appearance seemed to be cyanotic. So it looked like she was having somebody try to poison her with cyanide or whatever, you know, turning blue or whatever, right? So it come to find out she got this from Oragel and Ambisol. She was putting that on her tooth for like 2 months straight. And so she ended up with something called methaglobinemia. That's what she ended up with. It's when your brain and your heart muscles not getting enough oxygen. They got a cure for it. But I just say that, you know, you got to be careful. Too much, I never knew that. Too much Ambisol, too much Oragel, you can actually poison yourself. Because I guess what numbs your tooth in there, I guess it got a little small bit of cyanide in it. That's what I would have to ask. Like, how could you end up with a cyanotic episode if it's not a little bit of the cyanide got to come from somewhere? So I guess it got to be in the Ambisol. So you use too much of that shit, you could die of cyanide poisoning over a certain amount of time. Wow, that's crazy. Standards, codes, conducts. See, I was talking to my peoples. I ain't gonna even say his name. I was talking to my peoples, and I was telling them about how I challenge myself all the time. I'm trying to be better, and I really work at trying to better myself. I'm hard on myself. So just like in a situation where I might talk about personal stuff on the air, whatever, but me getting it out like this is better than me screaming, yelling, getting into some dumb shit about it. Because all you doing is, I told my son, all you do is, life is about responding to what people do, responding to things, events that take place in your life. You know, whether you respond good, bad, whatever. It's how you deal with things in life. That's what determines, you know what I'm saying, how easy your life gonna be, who you gonna be as a person. I say that to say, people say all types of shit to me. I had people that say all types of stuff to me. I done had all types of stuff done to me. I done whatever. Not just women, just men, just in general, life. Like, whether it's stabbed in the back. I couldn't point the dude out that stabbed me in the back. I don't know him from a hole in the wall. You know what I mean? Because to me, he was nobody. You know what I mean? But he ended up being big to me because he tried to kill me. I almost died. Right? And so I'm thinking about the first time you think about it, I had a life-death experience at 18 years old. Thought I was going to die. Laying on the street corner, bleeding out. Thought I was going to die. Thought Thug tear run down my cheek. Looking up at the sky. Looking up at my man Black standing over me. He looking scared and nervous. I could feel the blood leaving my body. My whole back wet. Blood. I could feel the blood touching my hand. Getting over here to where my hand laying at. I could feel all that shit. So I'm thinking, stay alert, stay alert, keep your eyes open, Sherm. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. I bring that up to say that a lot of people would have been stopped trying in my shoes. A lot of people would have been stopped trying. I try hard. I care hard. I love hard. I go hard. Word up. Like even in I go up there and I spend $700-800 feeding people. Word up. Feeding people. Giving food away. Give it. I don't care. I always was like that. I don't care about money. I don't care about money. Money, like I was saying, and it's funny. I was reading one of them articles, one of the guys that go around and interview millionaires, right? And he was saying, you know, he go around and he interviewing millionaires, and after he did that all of these years, that he wrote a book. And he was saying that the one thing that millionaires do have in common is how people look at money as, oh, it's the root of all evil. Oh, it's a necessary evil. Oh, that's how most people that don't have money look at it, right? Rich people look at money as opportunity, access. That's all they look at it as. Opportunity, access, and they playing a game where they playing Monopoly out here. That's how they look at it. And I say that to bring it back to me is I never care. I spend money up. I spend money up. Word up. Gamble it up, spend it up, smoke it up, cook food, cook it up. You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't care. But I say that to say this too. That I ain't saying I go harder than everybody, but I go harder than most. And I try to be more positive than most. No matter who I'm talking to, I always try to be more positive than most. So it's always mind-boggling to me when I get the negative energy back. Because I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, you know, I did so much dirt growing up and so much shit that I could never judge nobody. So even when I'm talking to you, I'm never coming across from a I'm judging you type of situation. I'm coming across from yo, I understand, no, I ain't empathetic. I understand, I done been there, similar situation, or know somebody done been there, whatever the case may be. This how I could look at it, this how you look at, this how you could look at it, this how I see it, maybe you could do, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm done. People, y'all gotta get out your feelings though, man. How you gonna, if you got mental issues, what you gonna do if you got mental health issues? Hypothetically, if you got an issue with anything, you got a problem or whatever, the only way you're going to fix it is to talk about it. If you don't discuss it, if you want to keep quiet about it, if you want to try to just hope that time going to heal it and all of that, you already lost. You already lost. So people would get mad because I want to talk about shit that they wouldn't normally talk about. I'm different than you. And I'm not talking about it to be talking about it to this and this and that. Yo, I'm trying to understand it. If it's something affecting me or whatever, I'm trying to discuss it. I ain't gonna sit and backbite about nobody or whatever. If I don't like you, I don't like you. What you want me to do then? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even trying to give off that energy, so it's always amazing to me that I get so much of that back. But anyway, I'm gonna get off that. Because people say, oh, you get preachy, sure. You sound like you preachy. That's because, again, like I said, I'm willing to talk about things and say things to people that other people not. And I'm not trying to say it nasty. I'm not trying to get violent. We having a conversation. And then that's the other thing. Black people, words. How words make you so upset, so emotional, so irrational all the time. Come on, it's just words. Exchanging ideas. That's all it is. And when somebody if you talking to me and you telling me something like this, I made up my mind. I done figured it out. I'm a grown man. I feel like I go harder and try to fix my life harder than most people try to fix their life. So how could you tell me about my life? How could you? You can offer your opinion. If I don't want to hear it, you should shut up. Because I go harder dissecting my life than most people doing theirs. That's a fact. Or extra hard on myself. Extra hard. Polio outbreak. Yup, polio outbreak. So now, polio outbreak in the Philippines. One case, 3-year-old girl left the story. That's where I left the story at. And I was like, right? You like, that ain't nothing, sure. Polio outbreak, one person in Philippines. But what I found was they said that the polio was detected in the waterways and in the sewage. It's in the sewage and the waterways. So I'm like, how did the water get polio? That's how I read it. I'm saying, like, the biggest thing for me in that was the waterways got polio. So that means that a kid that going in any of them waterways, or if you going down waterways with a cut or something like that, you could possibly end up with polio. Wow. Right? So, so I started looking at waterways that is infected. Here you go. Waterways infected. And I didn't even know that would be a thing. I did not know. So, a big ass list of all the affected waterways with all of the different shit that's in the waterways. I was like, wow. Influenza is in one. Is influenza, the bird flu, the H5 and the H5N1 strain of that's always mostly in there because of duck feces and bird feces and animal feces and human feces too. So you're gonna get that. It's in the feces and the fecal matter. So that's one way. So when you peeing in the water out there and you got the flu, you putting the flu in the water. That's how I read it. So hepatitis A and hepatitis E. I was like, hepatitis E? What the hell is that version of it? Like, whoa, that's crazy. Then they had enteroviruses and adenoviruses. I didn't even, that's where it get all left field and all scientifical and shit. But they were saying it's widespread in Southern California coastal rivers, streams, San Gabriel rivers, Lower Grand River, and Michigan contain high levels of the virus. This was really amazing to me. In Canada, they just straight dump all their raw sewage, untreated, nothing, straight in the water. So 365 million liters of untreated raw sewage is being thrown in. This is by one country or continent, however they say it up there. One, just throw it in there. Just throwing in there. There's another 11 cities giving up 437 million a day, liters a day, straight in the thing. Crazy. In Germany and in Finland, third world countries, avian or bird flu is also present in the waterways. They don't know how long the viruses can survive in the waterways. Avian flu, they said, lasted in the Mississippi River 30 days at 0 degrees. So it's cold as fuck out there in the water, but the germs are still out there chilling. And then you get that kind of flu virus, you know you're gonna be sick. If it's surviving at 0 degrees, you know how fucking, that'd be a serious fucking illness you went through. They said that influenza around duck population reported viruses could persist as long as from 40 to 270 days. So if it's in there, it could be there for up to 270 days. That was the thing that I got out of that it's a lot of it's a lot of water. This was another thing too. So when I went to New York, right, every state got different. The water in every state is different. They got different chemicals and everything in the water. So in the water in New York, when you running all of the pipes in New York is just so old, and the lead and the pure how they doing it all. But the water in New York, it definitely It has a higher level of lead concentration. That's one. And it's a higher level of arsenic. So now arsenic is in the water, but it's active. It's more active the hotter the water is, arsenic. So if you got arsenic in cold water, it's not really going to do nothing. It's not really going to do nothing. But you got it in some hot water. That's like pouring bleach in the hot water. It's going to make it act a little more active, right? So I say that to say, because I was a chef, right? Because I did that, I had my hands under hot water and in that quantum ammonium sanitizer, you know, and my hands. So my hands is kind of like real sensitive to water, especially hot water, right? But the water in New York with that arsenic in it and all that was tearing my hands up. It's tearing my hands up. They was tearing them up, right? The like right there, right in the middle. So I get back to North Carolina and stuff, and I saw an article, and the article was talking about arsenic levels in each state. And then they even had it where it's a low. They got the states with the low amount of arsenic in it, and the high or the medium in the between. So New York is kind of like, I guess, like 30th, like 35th, around somewhere in there, 20, like right in there. I say that to say, y'all gotta be careful with this water, man. Y'all gotta be careful with this water, man. They said that the water alone is causing cancer. The water alone is causing cancer. That come out your faucet before you even get to eating and all of this and all of that. So yeah, so it's sad, man. So it kind of make me wonder, even if you boil the water, would it help? Would it even help? You know what I'm saying? So, but so yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. The amount of different things. Oh, here you go. Some more. They did a recall on blood pressure pills. I seen that. The blood pressure pills had cancer in them. Something to cause cancer. A blood pressure pill. I seen they did a recall on the Xanax, the joints for your stomach. I seen they did a recall on that one right there. What else they do? They got a recall. Ford got a recall right now on so I think it's 150,000 cars or something like that, 150,000 trucks or whatever. But they did a recall on some food. It was a food item too. I forget. But yeah, but I'm saying, I say all that to say, man, they killing people. They not watching really. Because by the time the Food and Drug Administration done caught the pills or whatever, they already in somebody's cabinet. Somebody already took them or whatever. So, but yeah, so this Sherm, this big Sherm, I wanted to get back at y'all, get another show in. I'm gonna get back focused. I had to just get my mind right, whatever, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? That last New York trip, it was crazy. But yeah, though, this is my show, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all soon.